Well, hello everybody out there. Thank you so very much for joining me on this here Monday. Um, you know, I have been a homeowner for 28 years now. And I talked about homeownership multiple times on my channel. And I also talked about how I want to get me a ranch style home. I came home from work today, and you think you're gonna come home from work, you think you're gonna just take off your clothes, take you a shower, get something to eat, relax, watch TV, get ready for another day. Sometimes it's not like that for me because I stay next to between two people, two neighbors that I'm gonna take you back. I had some neighbors that moved in next to me back in like 2009. Okay. Now I stay in a big brick house, and the house off to the right side of me is a big brick house, kind of shaped just like mine. But the house off to the left of me is a wooden house, okay? Years ago, I had some neighbors they kept that wooden house, they kept that house together. Beautiful home. Beautiful home. The yard is very big, but the house was small. It was like a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, huge backyard, and when there was an African American couple that lived next door to me years ago, and that they painted the house used to be gray, and they painted the house like a taupey color. They put in new windows. Oh, the house was beautiful. I mean, they put in a deck in the back. They hooked that house up. Then they sold it. And then they sold it to a guy, and he started to rent it out. Okay? He started to rent it out. Some neighbors over there was very questionable. I think since 2005, there's only been maybe one neighbor next to me that was quiet and nice. Okay? She only stayed in the house for about a year, and she was gone. They was renting the house from the landlord. Now, I had some neighbors that stayed next to me. They kept their yard so filthy. I had to call the popo for them to come clean their yard up. Their yard was so filthy. And when somebody else's yard, people don't understand that. When you keep your property not up to par, that messes with your neighbor's property too. Okay? I mean, other people that just moved back in August of 2025, they dipped out of that house. I mean, quick. It was a woman there. She used to have 2 kids over there. I guess the kids, they grew up, or I guess they moved out or whatever. But this woman was so filthy. They had one of those big walk-in dumpsters. And they had to empty that dumpster out twice in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. That's how filthy that house was. They kept the yard horrible. Oh my God. That house used to be, the wooden house used to be so pretty. When I first moved here, that house used to be so beautiful. And then she moved in there, and she tore the house up. And she was there from maybe 2009, and she just moved out in 2025. Because what we read, I guess the boyfriend died, and I guess she couldn't afford the house anymore or whatever. And I remember they got a U-Haul truck, and my daughter was like, "Oh, I hope they moving." Yeah. My daughter was like, "Mom, I think your neighbor's moving." She said, "I saw a truck over there, a U-Haul truck," and they moved out. But then the dumpster, they had to come get a walk-in dumpster, not a regular little dumpster you see behind a little building, but a walk-in dumpster with the door you open and you got to dump all that stuff. They had to go empty it out and bring it back. So they had 2 walk-in dumpster full of crap coming out of that house. That woman was filthy. Living next door to me. She never cleaned her yard up. You may see her outside, maybe, I say, like when it start getting warm and the grass start growing, you probably see her outside maybe twice to cut the grass. Sometimes I saw her boyfriend out there cutting the grass. But the house, they tore that house up. I mean, to smithereens. Now, they put a new roof on that house next door to me. And they kind of did little stuff to the house with that. They kind of fixed the house up. So now I got some new neighbors over there. And I'm like, I don't know if they're going to be any better. I'm like, I'm tired of this. Then the neighbors off to the right-hand side of me in a brick house, quiet, cool. Just a cute little Caucasian couple, mind their own business. But the flip side, they got 5 motherfucking cats. I was outside, and this cat was just standing there staring at me in my yard. I think one cat named Millie, one cat named is Lily. The other 3 cats, I don't know their damn names. I don't even care to know. Last summer, I was out my backyard. I think I was putting up some lights in my backyard, some solar lights, and that cat came behind me. I almost tripped over that little mofo. And that cat was, they turn around, cats go on me on their back, they be meow, meow. He want to play. I said, Millie or Lily, whatever your name is, go home. Go home. Your home is over here. Go home, please. And I heard the lady over there saying, Millie, come on, Millie, come. I was like, then the cat like to be on my things in my backyard on my patio. That cat like to come over here and get on my chair, be on my day bed back there. I can tell the cat was on my day bed. They let their cats outside to roam around. So I'm staying between some neighbors that hopefully is not as bad as the ones that just moved out back in August of 2025. And some neighbors who let their damn cats roam around and the cats be out of my damn yard, meow, meow, meowing, and sitting under my damn table in the backyard and stuff. Now, I like cats. I do. I did a video about a cat I used to always play with all the time. But the cat was hit by a car. Poor thing, gone now. But, I don't like animals all over my furniture, okay? That's why I don't have a dog or whatever in here. I love dogs, but I don't want a dog all over my furniture and all over my house and stuff. No. So I came home from work today, and I pulled up, I was like, oh my God. Now I keep my yard cut and things swept up, but then they got this big ass pile of branches that fell off the tree stacked up in front of their yard. Pick that shit up. Pick it up. If branches fall off my tree, I get that stuff. I take an axe or do whatever. Or if it's like little branches and twigs and sticks, whatever, I sweep it up and I put it in the garbage can. I don't pile that stuff up. I don't do that. 'Cause that stuff will cause rodents and other little creatures that you don't want no part of, okay? And I stay between this. This is driving me crazy. Here I am. I'm outside by myself, cutting grass, edging. Okay, I put down grass seeds. My grass be real pretty and green. I put up lights. I decorate. I plant. I do all the gardening. I hang up stuff. I pull weeds. I clean up, trees. We got acorns, all that stuff that fall. I go ahead and clean up all the acorns. I rake all my leaves. I'm doing everything out here in this yard by myself. Okay, because my husband, sometimes he tries to help. But my husband, sometimes he's slow because of his illness and stuff like that. It's just too much. I had to give me some water. Yeah, my husband, he may cut the grass every once in a while, but sometimes he's slow, and I'm quick with it. I have to get stuff done. When I come home, I got to clean out, sweep up my driveway or whatever, and I just had to shoo that cat away. I'm shooing cats away every day in my backyard because of my neighbors who got 5 of them mofos. And left all 5 of them outside, and they love to come over my yard. They don't let them over in their yard, in their backyard. They let them out in my backyard to play. I'm so tired of staying between this. I keep saying, Lord, I need to go get me another house. Okay? I need you to get me another house. As much as I love my house, if someone was to buy this house, they're going to have a beautiful, already done bathroom. I had my kitchen done back in 2022. Yeah, my kitchen. I have a finished basement. I got a huge, a nice sized yard. I got a covered porch. A covered patio. The privacy fence, but them cats will still be coming over here. And I did get an offer. I got an offer for a lot of money if I wanted to sell my house. A few people said they would give me a lot of money for this house. And somebody told me they'd give me cash. But I keep saying I want to buy me another house. I want me a 3-bedroom. Because I already got 3 bedrooms here. Like I said, finished basement. I got a huge attic. You call it crawl space, but it's a big ass attic. So the closet's here, and it's a beautiful house. I love this house. So but I wish I can dig my house up and buy me some property and just put my house on a different property. I'm so tired of these people. Oh my God. So, but people need to understand, if you're renting a house or if you own a home, keep your property together. Okay? Mind your animals. Okay? Pick up after your animals, because what you do or what you don't do, it does affect your neighbors. It does. It really does. Now, all the years I've been in this house, I haven't done anything to affect my neighbors. Nothing. If I see something, anything remotely out of order, I'm going to take care of it immediately. Like, even my tree in the front yard was overhanging on my neighbor's property. You know what I did? I paid someone to come cut that huge branch down. Branches. These were huge branches. This is enough wood to go build a nice little small house. I had him to come climb that tree and cut those branches down for me, because I didn't want the branches overhanging my neighbor's house. So that's the kind of person I am, you know. But my neighbors, they got this tree on their property that's overhanging my property, to a point where my light, I have a lamp post in the front of my house. If I turn the light on, you probably couldn't even see the light, because all the leaves and stuff is actually just like hiding my light. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. Now, do y'all see my light pole? Do y'all see my light pole anywhere? Do y'all see it? Huh? Because their tree is overhanging my property. And you can't see nothing. Yeah, you can't really see my light pole, because the tree is hanging so low. This is actually hanging over my driveway. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Nobody would have cut that darn thing down. Nobody would have cut that back, cut it away, cut it back, cut it down, cut it away. It's overhanging my walkway, where my light is, my light post in the front is. It's overhanging everything. You cannot see my light post because of that big piece of tree that's hanging over my driveway. I would not let my stuff grow like that. Like I said, I had my stuff cut all the way back. You know? So like I said, I'm so tired of living around this. You know, people just being irresponsible. You know, like I said, a couple off to the right in the brick house, they quiet. You know, they redid their house a couple years ago. It's a real pretty house. Like I said, it's just like mine. Except their house is, they have a longer driveway than I do. But it's all them damn cats that keep coming over my property, and they don't do nothing about it. Let them cats sometimes have been up on the electric pole, the wires and stuff out here. They don't do nothing about it. Just let the cats just roam around. I was like, I didn't know that was a thing, that people let their damn cats out and run around the damn streets. I didn't know that was a damn thing. I never knew that. I'm like, oh my God, these cats is just running amok. All 5 of them mofos. I could leave out in the morning, go to work. One of them mugs sit on their driveway, just sitting there. As soon as I drive off, that mug get up and it's running right to my yard. And they don't do or say nothing about this. Now, last week when I was out in my yard, I was like, cat, bye-bye, go home. And I heard them say, oh, get over here. Come on. You knew the cat was in my yard. You waited until I said something to get that little mofo to go back to where they came from. I'm tired of standing between the tree people with branches every damn where and the cat people with cats all over the damn place. You know, like I said, then they fixing this house up next door. But I'm like, come on now. The backyard, y'all still get stuff together in that backyard. They ain't people, to me, I look at that as pure laziness. Do stuff to your house. This stuff affects people's property. And I do too much. I put too much money. When they say blood, sweat, and tears, that's literally in this house, okay? I have cried. I have prayed. I done bled. Lord, no, I done sweated to make sure my house and stuff stayed intact, stayed together. And I be looking on the website trying to look for another house, and it's like, hey, how much is this house right here? I'm just looking for like a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, and I keep saying I want me a ranch. Cause Lord, no, I was like, I don't know. And I know, people always say sometimes you can get some neighbors that's even worse. I was like, no, I have to peep it out next time. Like I said, my neighbors that were staying between here when I first moved in this house 28 years ago, you know, they've been gone. The man that was in the brick house, he died some years back. And then the people over here, I think they left about a year after I moved over here. So, but then, like I said, the African-American couple had brought the house, and they hooked the house up. It was real pretty. But then another person brought the house, and they started renting the house out, and the house has been destroyed. Like I said, they did put a new roof on it, but the yard ain't no better. They ain't do nothing about this tree out here that's overhanging my property. They putting branches all out in the front. I'm like, y'all, I need to get me another house. I do. I keep, I walk around my house and saying, Lord, I love my house. I just love how I decorated it, and I love how it smells, and it's so pretty in here and comfortable. But these neighbors, I don't have the patience for it anymore. I don't. But anyway, let me go ahead and get up out of this one and start my evening. I have to eat something and get myself ready for Tuesday. But anyway, I'm finished drinking my water. You guys take care. Stay out the way. Like I said, if you are renting or you own a property or whatever, please, 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 for the love of God, take care of your property. Keep the grass cut. Mind your animals. Okay? Keep up with where they are. They should not be on other people's property and stuff, roaming around, sitting on their tables, under their tables, on their chairs, on their day beds. Okay? In their yards, roaming around, all that kind of stuff. No, they shouldn't be doing that. But you guys take care. God bless. I shall see y'all in my next video. Deuces. Good Lord.
Forgiveness.
Get it, that's your why my baby